So great night, wonderful weather. What a turnout!
Beautiful. I believe if we don't surpass last year's numbers, we'll be very close. I think there were upwards of 3,000 last year.
And just an amazing amount of activities for kids, demonstrations for adults. I mean, how many different things are there? Do you know?
I don't know the total, but this whole midway is full, and I think it's gotten to the point where it's hard to get a booth here for National Night Out.
And give me the thought process behind this. I mean, I kind of know the history, but what's the point of doing this?
So it's a national thing where people could come out for an evening. It doesn't cost them anything. They can interact with all their different first responders. I just came from the demonstration in front of the grandstand of the van that had struck a utility pole, and there were live wires, and it was a really good safety training for the whole audience on how to jump clear of a vehicle that might be energized and to be able to do that safely as a last resort. We've had fire extinguisher demonstrations where you can come in and use a fire extinguisher, put out an actual fire. Tactical demonstrations. The DNR is here, Fish and Wildlife exhibits, and I see we got petting zoos, and we got everything this year.
So what kind of relationships come out of this? I mean, you've seen this grow, and it's grown into something just enormous. Why do more and more people, you think, keep coming every year?
They really want to get out in the community. They want to see us. They, when they don't want to see the fire truck when there's just a fire. They want to be able to meet the people that wear those helmets every day proudly, and they want to see the people that drive the ambulances, the paramedics. You saw a rope rappelling demonstration here, and we have a lot of tall structures here. We have silos, farm buildings where that might come into play. But to answer your question, people they want to connect with their first responders.
So there's been a lot of trouble recruiting personnel for like rural fire departments and police departments now. How does this impact that?
Well, I've never seen anything quite like it, but I think it's coming back, and having National Night Out gets people interested in it. And just imagine if we had a flood of volunteers, you wouldn't have to take call every night. You could maybe take call a couple of months out of the year. So we just need people to really think of how they can give back to their community, and becoming a first responder. First responder is kind of a general term for fire, police, emergency medical, and the actual term for the first responder, medical-wise, is emergency medical responder, and it doesn't take a lot of training to get to that level. And then you move on up to emergency medical technician, an intermediate emergency medical technician where they can start intravenous medications on scene, and then on up to paramedics. But paramedics, they're far and few between, and so we need our first responders.
I got to think these young people actually getting to touch the equipment and talk to the people, that's got to get them enthused about.
Well, look at all the smiles here tonight. Kids are just running around. They're wearing fire helmets. It was really nice to see the electric utilities take a part in this, to be able to give their safety messages. You got a lot of healthcare booths. It's all community, family. There's no charge for anything tonight, and we definitely want to keep this up from year to year.
And talk about that a little bit. How much material was donated? How many volunteers helped do this? I mean, it wouldn't happen without all.
I am not on the committee, but we have a wonderful committee made up of police officers, firefighters, emergency medical technicians, emergency management, may or may not do some terms on the board. And within my office, I promote it. We have several of our officers, several of our dispatchers. We can't get them all off at the same time, but I'm behind this because the community needs this.
Let's make some noise here for these volunteers that put this on. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming out, and we're just indebted to the community for supporting this. And but if you didn't come out, we wouldn't be able to put this on. So thank you so much. The volunteers do one beautiful job putting this together. So thank you very much.